Hello, welcome, Jensen Vars here. Going to play session number 3. In the previous session, Ecetos and Lysandra were taking a guided tour towards the research facility of Veda, in which an android called Thetis was guiding them through with certain explanation about the planet and the facility purpose, etc. In the meantime, the goal of Ecetos and Lysandra is to essentially figure out what is going on as shady. Like the mission is to figure out what is going on as illegal here, which so far not much has been revealed, although some weird situations occurred. And then also to find a missing agent from the previous contractor. She's called Lisa. So the PCs, Ecetos managed to hack the exhibition room, where a lot of, let's say, samples of current biological beings from this planet were exposed in this room. And then Lysandra was kind of distracting Thetis while he was hacking that, and Lysandra was paying attention to the, let's say, clinical side effects of a current virus that the planet emits when there are invaders. So technically, this research facility is fighting against those self-defense mechanisms of the planet set by an old ancient race that is no longer existing for millions of years. So from there, we're going to take it and go to scene number, I think it's scene number 5, session number 3. So let's begin with how that scene starts. Opening my meta tool to see where does Thetis takes us next, because the time was over for that room and we need to move on. But at least we have now a Trojan in their guest systems to get into the local system actually. Now we need to figure out as the PCs what would be our next step. So Ecetos and Lysandra are coordinating and talking to each other. Hey, what should we do? Got a crack on the system, but I need my own time and space to break through and look for files and so on. But we are in the guided tour, so it's a bit tricky. Lysandra's going to respond, we should get rid of this guy. Ecetos will respond, well, if we do that, we'll be in trouble. But at the same time, if we finish the guided tour, then we will lose the permission to be inside this place. So, what do you think? Maybe we can take a bio break, and I can buy you some time. That sounds reasonable. But yeah, we can give it a try. But what if he says no? What do you mean he would say no? Well, we are on an agenda, right, on a schedule here. He would want us to move on and finish the tour. Maybe there are certain compliance rules on the tour. Can you think of something better to get time? Ecetos who say, not really. What will you hack into when I give you time? I guess I can go through confidential internal files. I need to do a scan quick, maybe send a program to track for, let's say, extra secured files and particularly hidden archives. That would be my plan. And Lysandra would respond, okay. Hang on. So the scene number 5 will be proposed by the characters, where Lysandra is going to approach Thetis and act as an emergency that she needs a bio break. There's something in... I need a break. Where can I find the service rooms? And she's bluffing. It's not gonna be so hard. DC 14 I think should be enough. She does fine. And Thetis will say, we are on a tight schedule, but could you wait until we finish the tour? It's only going to be 20 more minutes. And then you can definitely feel free to use the service rooms outside the facility. Listener will say, no, I don't think I can hold that. Please give me a moment. And Essetos will telepathically tell, hey, you're leaving me with this guy. Damn it. Good point. What should I do? Let me think something out. And Listener's gonna say, Didiske, could you be so kind to point me? I don't want to go alone, really. Please guide me. No, it's fine. You just connect yourself to the facility guest line, and it's going to point you to the service lines. And I really don't want to go alone. This is uncomfortable, I would say. Is this supposed to be uncomfortable? I'm not sure. All right, I will go. Esetos, please stand by here in the hallway. Don't proceed until we clear the next stage of the tour, please. Sure, don't mind me. I'll be waiting here. I have to catch up anyways with certain contractor. Shut up. Yeah, I'll be free. I'll be fine. I'll be here. Just go ahead. So Lizendra and Thetis go to the toilet. She walks really slowly on purpose, gaining as much time as she can to Essetos to run a program and scan the database. So since this is a PC-driven action, I think it's nice to do a plan check to how this scan goes. Going to go to the plan check tool and roll a d20. That's a 14 for, I think it's a risky move. Or 20s, well, we're hacking, right? But in any case, 14 seems to be carried on as expected, so that's mostly good news. And that earns us a discovery. So for that, I'm going to check the plot discovery table and see what do we learn. D4 and D20. This is from the extended version of the rules, by the way. About something that's yet to happen. Row 11 is an items delivery. Okay, so there's a discovery regarding a delivery of a new item. Let me think. I need to get to hit the oracle questions and narrow it down. Oracle, yeah, here you are. So as the GM, I'm gonna ask. There's an item to be soon delivered, and we saw some packages earlier on where the employees of the research facility were carrying on biological things to enhance the defenses, biological defenses of this, I guess, researcher facility. So what could be a huge discovery regarding an item delivery? Is this to enhance? No, wait. Could this be related to hurting, or let's say at least nullifying the effects of these planet's defenses, natural defenses? A 1 is a strong no. So it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the planet defenses and so on. So it's also not related to the virus nor anything in that direction. Okay. So then I'm gonna go with a grand oracle question. What is it about then? I'm going to roll 3 times the 100. 39 is engage, natural, 39 again, faction, engage and natural faction. So these guys are probably bringing weapons and they're going to attack or engage locals here. Who could be the locals? I'm gonna ask, could the locals be maybe members of the Xeno Warden Protectors? Are the locals, like, are this research facility faction from the technocrats, are they going to engage and attack the Xenowardens. As a GM, that's a no. So then that means they are going to actually attack native population. I'm gonna assume that the native population, however, are part of this planet, so that means they are not affected by the general defenses, biological defenses of the planet itself. The question is, does it say why? Like, is there any proof of a file indicating why the facility wants to attack the natives? 16 is yes, there is. So let's see why. Why is action and subject? Question to me. 88. Scare. Influence. Okay. So basically they are planning to dominate them, essentially. They don't want them to have any influence in the current researches. Probably there are certain problems and conflicts between the two, so they are basically requesting weapons for an assault. They are probably hiring some mercenaries or some subcontractors. Is this an illegal operation? I'm gonna say it's biased towards a yes. So I'm keeping the highest. That's a yes. It is the illegal operation. So we might have discovered what's going on, and it's not about science at all. It's all about power and domination once again, with certain elements of science, I guess. Okay, I'm happy with that reading. So this is what Ecetos learns. And he's gonna be downloading copies and proofs of these files. As part of the mission was to inform Mr. Adams what are the shady operations related to. Now the second part is to search for any mentions of Lisa. So let's see. Are there any mentions of Agent Lisa? 6 is no, but. So there are no mentions about her, but you find certain records indicating deleted files. So there's no active files about her. This is really bad. Agent Lisa's. It looks like there was something in the logs, but the logs report only that certain files called Lisa something were deleted. So this is quite shady. And there isn't anything else to be done right now. That's the finish of scene number 5. It's gonna finish with Tidus and Lysandra coming back after a while, and Lysandra acting as relieved. And he's gonna, as it does now that they are 30 feet in range again, it's going to communicate to Lysandra the learnings of what was discovered. And Lysandra's gonna ask Ecetos, hey, should we ask Tidus if he knows? Should we mention Lisa? And he says, better not. Certain records seem to have been deleted about her, so they might be extremely intentionally hiding that out. Where should we look for that? What should we do about that? Now we have the research, we should contact Mr. Adams, but we know nothing about Lisa. We should find someone who could we trust, or maybe... Well, I don't have any better ideas other than asking, but that would make us very, very suspicious, right? Why should we know about that name? No, let's not do that. Okay, let me think of something else. Then we need to reach out to a manager or someone of power, at least in this facility. Mr. Orthidis, is there any chance that we could meet a manager from the research facility? Someone who could extend us certain more details into how could we reach out to this campaign, let's say. Let's see what he answers. This is a yes or no question to a character. If you could put us through a manager. 6 is I think not. I'm afraid I cannot do that. Our managers are strictly tied to the augmented faction management of interstellar technocracy, and most of it belongs to the Supremacy Collective, so it's not easy to get reach of them and have a interaction with them, I'm afraid. Not even remotely. How are we supposed to reach out to them? Well, if you are in the right organization of the Supremacy Collective, you should have an internal communication networks to reach out to such a person. I see. Thank you. Isn't just gonna say telepathically, maybe Mr. Adams will know. Maybe we can tell him that we could not find anything here, and maybe he can reach out to this network of the Supremacy Collective. He has ties, right? Maybe you're right. That could be a good strategy. Okay, let's follow up with the tour. We are ready, Titus. Thank you. That was scene number 5. Scene number 6, I'm gonna leave it open as Thetis is going to walk us through the next stage of the tour. Let's see what is it about. I'm gonna go with unfold the game and roll a d20. 14, random event. Event or interruption could affect plans, an important keyed scene. Okay, I have. So there's an important scene coming up next, at least in this part of the game. The question is, what happens exactly, right? So we need to go to the Grand Oracle and get inspiration. 3 times E100. We've got a capture of a recovered military. Okay, I think things are gonna get hot right now, guys. Someone is going to 71. Did I read right? No, I think I read it wrong. 71, 75, and 58. 71 is prevent a recovered military. Prevent recovered military. So someone is prevent something that was recovered in the military aspect. So yes, I mean, anyways, it makes sense, right? We read from the database that there was going to come an item delivery is going to arrive and someone's going to prevent that. So of course, there's going to be an attack from the natives to the facility or somewhere. Maybe it's not in the facility. I'm going to ask, is that right here? Is the attack occurring here? Because if not, it's going to happen somewhere else, maybe in the launch pad. Strong no, so definitely not here. So as we go through, I'm gonna start now. I have everything I need for the scene. As we go through, Thetis is gonna show us the next room, which is going to be about, let me roll an inspiration, D100 on the subject, to an agreement. So he's gonna show us the communications room of an agreement of political powers and some sort of corporate babble. And as this happens, an alert sounds ringing in the research facility. Alert, alarm. Base 2394 under stress. Please report immediately all units of 64, 79, 33, and 2945 immediately. I repeat, the base number, and the message repeats over and over. That means the tour must be unfortunately interrupted. I'm afraid we have a certain situation to take care of. What is it? Can we help somehow? Will he say? Will he say anything? Let me check the questions to another character 7. I doubt it, but not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Sorry. I don't know. I need to report to another department. Sounds good. So I guess we can. Yes. No. You have to follow me, please, and I'm going to drop you in the shuttle out of the research facility so you can leave and return back to your satellite. I'm sorry about that. We will reschedule and we're going to figure that out. Please follow me. And he hastily moves towards the closest emergency exit, and Lisendra's gonna say, hey, do you have access to the network? Maybe you can infiltrate inside and check what's going on. I can try that. That's gonna be hard. Let me do that as we go. So Essetus is gonna do a computers test to check DC-18 to check if he can read from database access he's got earlier with his datapad, if he can read what's going on. And essentially he's gonna get that a certain supply cross point is being under attack. And I'm gonna assume it says by whom or who is the attacker, right? So I'm going to, for that, open the Alien Archive to find some cool, interesting enemies. So I checked quickly on the Alien Archive, and what we're gonna have defending this alien planet outside is these Maracuoi. These are the natives of this jungle planet. And as we said earlier in the first session, as animalistic species, there is the Skittermanders here as well. So these are two species, and I have here their characters. So I'm gonna see what happens next. Since this was guiding the PCs outside the facility, and what do you do is the question. What do you Essetos do? This is number 7, and what does Essetos and Lysandra do? So I guess they can either follow or figure out a way to stay here, but there doesn't seem to be any records or traces of Lisa here, and we have now information about what's going on exactly. So I think our purpose is quite done here. I say we go out, but we figure out a way of moving independently to call Mr. Adams and ask him what should we do. I have a question, however. Is perhaps Agent Lisa, I wonder if Agent Lisa would be driving these aliens or maybe working for them or something like that. I think we can ask that to Mr. Adams. So what the PCs are going to do is follow outside the facility and let Thetis go. And they're going to make a call to Mr. Adams. So let's do that. Then Thetis drives the PCs outside. He drives them out to the shuttle where they came from. I wonder if Carl is still there. Is Carl still there? 19 strong, yes. He's kind of waiting for the characters. Hey, here, welcome. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I have to drive you to the launching pod. Yes, but we need to make a call first for our safety. You can call them from the... Are we in danger here? Because if not, I would like to call right now, Mr. Carl. All right. I'll be waiting in the shuttle. Come in when you're ready to leave. Thank you. The pact's sake. These guys are always on stress. Okay, so we call Mr. Adams. Does he pick up? I think it's a likely yes. But if we roll very low, maybe you cannot find him right now. 13. Yes, a yes, he picks up. Yes, Mr. Adams here. Hey, Mr. Adams, here is Esitos and Lizinra. We are right now in planet Veda, and we have a status report. We need to align a bit with what are our next steps. Sure, how did things go? So here we have reports that indicate that the research facility is doing more than just research. Apparently they are gathering forces to suppress the native population of the planet. Did you know about this? I'm gonna ask. 8. I don't know, but I know who. So he's gonna respond, I don't know. I didn't know, I'm sorry. I know, however, with whom they might be dealing with, or in terms of mercenaries factions. I have intel that they have been working with the operatives. Okay, who are they? They're mostly hired thugs of outside the packed planets. Sure, that is what is their main feature? Asks Esitos. And I have an idea here based on what we did before. If you remember, we hacked someone's credentials to access this, and we knew their race. It was a Vesk. These guys. So I'm gonna assume they are a Vesk-centered mercenary faction. Okay, knowing that, maybe there was some sort of sabotage, because we found the credentials on the system by one Vesk that's worked on a maintenance service. Maybe he's the data smuggler of this system? Mr. Adams says, that is very likely, but we cannot prove that right now. What about Lisa? We have not found anything about her around here. We've been through the research facility and no mentions of her, and no guests or anything like that. Could she be related to the attack that's going on against the natives? How did I do that ping? Oh, I think this is helpful. And Mr. Adams gonna say, let's see. Could these, so this is an NPC question. Is the NPC, is Lisa the ex-agent? Could she be working on defending the natives? This is the question. 5 is no, it can be dangerous. Okay. He says, no, I don't think Lisa is working with the natives. That could be extremely dangerous for anyone in the organization. However, she could very much be in between of the conflict fires. Or, I don't know, maybe you can ask someone from the research facility if they know their name or if they heard of her. Well, we didn't want to do that, to be honest, because if they're hiding something about her, we trace some deleted files on the database. I see. Then I suggest just keeping your eyes open, follow in the conflict's direction, and yes, about that. Do you want us to intervene with the fight? That's a good question. 1. No, in fact, I want you as much as outside of that battle as it's possible. It's going to be way over your head. Alright, what do you ask of us then? Yes, what should we do next? where we... Okay, so I guess first we still have to find Lisa or find anything about her. But second is, what does he suggest that we do next? Will he say something? Because he might just as well say nothing and we are on our own. So I'm gonna ask a question here, GM question. Will he help us further? 18 is yes, so he has a task. I'm gonna check what next lead he gives us. For that, I'm gonna go to the game setup guide. The last table is the lead prompt. I'm gonna roll on this one to see what else he tells us to do. 15, we have something willing to betray them, but want something back. All right, I have an idea. He's gonna say, you said you hacked someone called Rek, right? He was a, what was the race name? A Vesk. Yes, that's right. I suggest you figure out who he is and go talk to him. He might be involved in all of these topics as much as you know. Yeah, sounds good. All right. We stay in touch, Mr. Adams. Take care. I feel kind of a bit silly. We are calling our contractor who has sent us to solve the problem, and we just call him to, you know, tell us what we should do. Well, we did our part. We figured there's an attack, and we also figured that Lisa's being deleted, so we need to know what's next. I think that's completely fine. I don't know, I think we should be more independent in our next mission. Anyways, what should we do? We need to find this guy. Maybe Carl know? Yeah, let's ask Carl. Okay, so that's the end of scene 6. Scene number 7, they go back to Carl and the overdrive vehicle. Hello, Carl. Yes, come on, we have to go to the launch pad. We have to send you back to the satellite launchers. About that, there's something we need to do here in this planet before we leave. I'm afraid that's going to be extremely difficult. We are on an alert 0 incident, and everyone that's not part of the research facility should leave the planet, essentially. We are as much as guests and invited of the Corporation of Augmented, so we have something to do here, and we have to do it. I'm sorry about that. What do you mean you have to do something about that? You're looking for a person. He has something that we need. He is called Wrecker. Does he know a Wrecker? Do you know a Wrecker? Let's see if he knows him. $14. It's possible, not sure. The name rings a bell, but yeah, I'm still sick, sorry. But I'm not sure where we can find him. Where did you get this name from? We had internal network communication. We have some tasks to share with him, and it's extremely important for us. Well, there are certain dangers around right now, so we should get out, actually. We have to find Wrecker. Okay, fine. Let me make an internal call, and I'm gonna look for him, okay? Thank you, Carl. He goes, makes a call, and asks about a certain... yeah, he calls internally, although it's gonna be quite tricky that he finds something because everything seems to be quite rushed. Let's see. Does he come back with an answer? This is a GM question. 4, no. I'm afraid there's no way to trace him in this current situation the research facility is going through. I cannot help you with that anymore, sorry. Where is the attack going on? I think... We think he's working on that base. He's on base 19. Where is the current incident we have to deal with through right now? Yes, then we should go there. What? What? You said there was no danger in this planet, right? And that we're extremely safe. Yes. I mean, he's getting uncomfortable. So then take us to base 19. That's where we are looking for, and this is part of our job. I don't think that's great. And I think Lizenra's losing her patience here. Do anyone has Intimidate? Yes, Lizenra's got. So she's gonna roll an Intimidate check here. +1 because I'm gonna give her a situational bonus of +2. Oops, that's very low. A very low Intimidate check. And this guy has he's gonna roll a willpower check. I'm gonna guess he got a +1. So let's roll the defense. And he wins. You don't understand. There are parts of this planet that are indeed dangerous, so I cannot take you there. I don't have the authority to do that. Well, if you said it's not dangerous, now it is dangerous, then we are here for an actual audit of this place. What? You heard him. We are here to make sure you're doing things right. And this time, since everything is in crisis, I think they're going to pull off their weapons. Listen, Carl, we wanted to do it the right way, but we are looking for also an agent called Lisa. Have you by chance heard of that name? And stop screwing up with us. We know pretty well that you're in a battle with native population, which would be extremely against the accordance of compliance rules by the very much people you agreed to comply with, the Xeno Wardens. I'm gonna draw for an intervention check here, because this is a good time maybe for something to happen, and if it's not, then he will be really on his own. D100. 30. Opportunity to find very interesting loot. Okay, this is kind of unrelated, but what I read about this is that this guy is gonna try to bribe us. Listen, I know there's some things are not great. But I can give you, to each one of you, 5,000 credits each. If you, let's say, hide this away and report back that everything is completely fine around here. They're going to telepathically talk. I think we screwed up by telling Adams if we wanted to take this money. We're not going to take this money, Lysandra. We are not that cold-blooded people. All right. We are not taking your money, fool. Better take us to that place, or else we're gonna report you back to the Xeno Wardens immediately. And you better tell us what you know about Lisa. Okay, so does he know about Lisa? I'm assuming by his behavior that he must have heard. But I'm still gonna roll just one D20 here. I'm gonna pin this window. And he says, I don't know, but I know who. Or I'm gonna roll again and pick the highest. That's still an 8, so he doesn't know, but I know who. I don't know that name, but I know who knows. Wrecker, right? The Vesk who's screwing up with or making these arrangements. Yes, that would be him. So you do know where he is? I don't know. But yes, you're right, he's in base 19. I don't know just exactly where. Then you better take us there now. Fine. So let me check. Did you extended? There's an enemy action. I'm gonna roll feelings and insight about this whole situation to add this to this situation here. We roll a 15. Cold, freezing, shivering situations. So this guy starts shivering out of nervousness. He knows he's alone with these two PCs with him. And with that, we're going to make him drive us to base 19. That would be the finish of scene number 7. And with that, everyone, thank you so much for following. I'm gonna wrap up here. Until the next one, bye bye.